Yo, what's good? What's good, y'all? Welcome back to Camrise Top Network. And today's video is more, I guess you can say, motivational. I was talking to my uncle, and me and him always kind of, always enlighten each other, sharing real words of positivity with each other. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a natural type thing. And and to be honest, a lot of my family is like that. You feel me? It's like we got a real good connection with each other. I'm not saying our family don't have problems and dysfunction and things like that, but for the most part, man, my family, we got love. Like, even when each other is wrong, and we don't mind telling each other about being wrong. You know what I'm saying? Down here in the boot, I don't know. I can't speak for other families, but I can say around here, like, people don't have problems at all speaking their mind. You feel me? Not at all. Like, yeah, but, yeah, man, my bro, he's my uncle, but we bros. You feel me? Um, and he was pretty much just going now. We were just talking about a few things, and it went into like he like, man, just talk about we were just talking about some topics, and I was like, man, hey, bro, I just kind of really ain't feeling the content, or, like, you know what I'm saying, not really saying feeling the content. I just wasn't in the mood. Sometimes you just got the don't wants. You feel me? You might be, well, look, this was what really happened. This is what really happened. I'm a workaholic, bro. I'm a workaholic. And sometimes workaholic, just like an alcoholic, you feel me? It gets to becoming a problem at times because it takes me a lot to get fatigued. I eat sea moss. I take a plethora of other herbs like ginseng, um, all types of stuff, as well as I do like to sip coffee and matchas and things like that. So I'm always on go. But this particular week, it's kind of been dragging. Not just this week, like the beginning of this week and the week before. My body been telling me, man, you need to sit down, bro. Like, sit down, like, take you a break. And that's something my uncle always on me about. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you go too hard. Like, man, like, that's what up. Cause he know how I am. Like, and he, like, all my people the same. It's like, we got this strong work ethic about ourselves. Like, whatever we do, we gonna go hard in it. I promise you. Whatever it is that we do, we gonna make sure we do it to the utmost. And if it's people around, it's gonna be noticeable. You heard me? But yeah. So he always on me, like, about taking breaks. And I've reached a point before. I never experienced this, and it happened to me, I want to say, last year. I reached a point of fatigue. I never really experienced that. I don't think on like on the level that I did before. Like, and if I did, I didn't even know. I thought maybe I was just tired. Like, but fatigue and tired is two totally different things. It's like, man, I don't get sick. So whenever it happened, I kind of instantly knew where it came from. And it just from running myself rugged, like, you know what I'm saying, not really taking the time out to rest, trying to do all of these things. Like, right now, this is past due. No, to be honest, it's right on time. It's right on time. But I wanted to do something. Like I said, I really didn't have the wants to do nothing, all the desires to do anything, but I knew I've been having this giveaway for the last few weeks. I wanted to do some stuff with that, do some more promos for the business, as well as run the whole business. sis, you feel me? Because I was just on the phone doing my other business too. So it's a lot going on, to say the least. But Unc was telling me to go ahead and tell y'all that, like, he was just breaking down, like, making me go through a chain of events, a timeline of things. He was just making me go through a timeline of things, and pretty much telling me, like, look where you was 2 years ago. Look where you was 2 years ago with everything you doing now, and look at where you at now. Then he jumped back and said, look at yourself 5 years ago from where you at now and where you was. And he pretty much had to just remind me that, yeah, man, you've come a long way. You've come a long way. You've been putting in work. The people that know you recognize what you got going on and what you're doing. And for me, I'm so caught up into living it to where it's like you don't really realize how much ground you done covered. You know? First of all, let me give y'all a little bit of the timeline. Like, I've been doing entrepreneurship and all sorts of these types of hustles since I was maybe about 14, 15 years old. My first business was, and it wasn't a legitimate business, but this is how I learned entrepreneurship. This is how I learned it. You know what I'm saying? I started off selling the CDs, started off selling a few other little things here and there. We not gonna get into that because I ain't here to promote that. But you feel me? Like, that carried me all the way up into, and for the record, I never had to really do none of those things. I don't come from a family with a whole lot of money, but my mom and dad did well for themselves, to say the least. You know, they did really well for themselves, actually, and still doing well for themselves. But I'm the first child, like, you know what I'm saying? So I seen the come up. So I understand what it is to make it work. You feel me? Like, I got to see that part of it before they reach their success. So with that being said, you know, as a kid, you got wants, you know, especially for me. Like, I'm a kid that I wanted the finer things in life. I wanted the finer things in life. And not just wanted it, had to have it. Had to have it. I wasn't no brat or nothing. Like, I knew I couldn't get certain things, you know what I'm saying, from the fam or whatever, my mom and pops. I knew I couldn't get certain things, so that catapulted me in, like, how could I make my own money at a very young age? Like, so I learned entrepreneurship. I first started selling CDs. Like I said, I dabbled into to some little street life activity, you know what I'm saying, for years. Until I was able to get a job. I think I got my first job at like 17. Didn't last. Lasted maybe about a month and a half. Boom. 18. Got another job. It was hard to get jobs back then for us. I don't, you know, it's times is way different. Times is way different. I don't like to make it seem like I'm old because I don't feel old. You know what I'm saying? But, times was definitely different in the early 2000s trying to find a job, like, for a young black person or melanated person in these times. You know, I mean, in those times. So I got my second job at 18. That lasted about 6 months. Got fired from that. It's like my mind was on a whole nother level. I was on hustle mode, like, you know what I'm saying? And mind you, by 18, I had moved into my own crib by the time I got my second job. Had my own little apartment and things going on like that. So, let me see. Shut down the illegal operation. Then backdoor, like I say, working the job for 6 months. Where we at with it? All right, I got another job, 19. Struggle to find a job struggled to find a job, the third job. Finally got one at Home Depot. Now I'm in school, I'm in trade school working on getting my trade. Um, and then I lose my job because the job is actually closing. I actually like that job. I was like, all right, this is my third job. I got my own spot now, man. I gotta make it work. Like, I ain't trying to quit, and I'm getting paid decent over here. Like, Home Depot and Lowe's, that's some pretty decent jobs if you know what I'm saying? If you have one of those in like your local areas, you're like wherever you grow up at, like especially for a kid that's just fresh out of high school and college, they work with your schedule, got good benefits, you know what I'm saying? And the pay rate back then was higher than it was at any other like retail stores or whatnot. You feel me? So yeah. And then from there it shut down. So I was at that point, now I'm just going back to school. Can't remember really where I was at with everything, you feel me? But but where I'm going with this, man. But I stayed in school. I stayed in school. I'm not gonna run down this whole timeline because it'll be forever. I stayed in school, and then I finally got on, I wanna say it wasn't when I finished school. Yeah. All right. Yeah, when I finished school, I couldn't find a job in my trade. The market for jobs was trash, bruh. Like, especially in that, I was trying to go in the plant, do electrical work, you know, but it's like if you didn't know somebody, if somebody wasn't walking you into that office and what they used to call it, getting wrecked in. When you was getting wrecked into the plant, if you had nobody wrecking you in the plant, you wasn't getting on with no trade jobs around here in the boot, man. It just wasn't gonna fly like that. Man, it was rough, bro. It was rough, y'all. Crazy. But yeah, I ended up still getting in the plant as pretty much on a refrac crew. It's kind of, I guess, like labor work. You could consider it to be, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody on the refrac crew because it's some brothers out there making some money, like, you know what I'm saying, doing it, but it's hard work. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's almost like doing concrete work, but you in vessels and all types of drums, what they call them, and like all kinds of stuff, bro. Like you doing some work. But, yeah, man, I ended up landing. I stayed in the plant, not doing refrac. I just kept on getting jobs after jobs, like in the plants. Like I'd experienced down there every kind of job in the plant, almost, bruh. And then I learned like, man, I can't get on with this electrician crew type thing. So man, I gotta figure out something else. Like I need another trade or something. So I just started getting all kind of trades, bro. Just like I said, dabbling in all types of different things. Like always been a hustler, man. I seen my pops like go hard. Like man, my pops is a hard worker. Like, so that kind of rubbed off on me. Like, and then like later on, I got back into the entrepreneurship, man. I ended up landing this really good job where I was making like close to 100K, but it's like, I want to say like my second year, I made about 70 something thousand, I want to say. Like, and at this time, I'm like, I want to say I'm like 25 or something. So at that point, it's like, man, I had done like, man, that was lit for me then. You know what I'm saying? That was lit for me then. But, um, it wasn't fulfilling enough. Like, my mind still was on entrepreneurship the whole time. Like, my mind was constantly on, like, man, I need my own flow going. Like, man, I gotta get back active. Like, this ain't for me. It's like, I'm good at everything. Like I said in the beginning, it's like, man, we go hard. Like, my whole family, like, whatever we choose to put our mind to do, we gonna go hard in it. Some are bad things. Some bad things. You know what I'm saying? But that's us. That's just how we do. You feel me? So Like, yeah, I'm doing the job, like, man, and getting raises and all types of stuff. But it's like, man, real estate had been on my mind for a minute. I'm steady just learning little stuff, pieces here and there. Now YouTube is becoming a thing around this time. So now I'm just learning like all kinds of stuff, getting books, all kind of investor stuff. So I often decide that, like later on, yeah, no. So I studied real estate just off and on for like some years. And then I ended up getting into resale, like reselling shoes and things like that. I forgot what they call it, man. What's the name or the word for it? But anyways, if y'all drop it in the comments. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, I ended up getting into the resale business of buying shoes and reselling them. Man, I was a sneakerhead, so it's like it's a no-brainer. Sneakerhead. Um, I knew how to find shoes in markets that had way more of a population of shoes than it had buyers. So that was one hustle. I also had another hidden secret connect, and that's still gonna stay secret. Like, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody getting that connect out of me. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the spirit move in some funny ways. You feel me? Hey, so, hey, to a hustler, you gonna run across things like that. You just, it's up to you to know what to do with it. It's up to you to have that mindset. Like I said, I had the mindset as a youngster. So, and all of that was, all of the things that preceded that was an education course as well as me financially taking care of myself. Like, you feel me? So it's like I went on this crash course of learning business through experience. You know what I'm saying? At an early age. So the shoe business was doing really well. I also it wasn't Roku sticks, it was Amazon Fire Sticks at the time. I also had that jumping early on. Like I said, as a hustler, you gonna run across these types of things. Shout out to my homie Chad. Like, he don't want to put me on. He put me on with that early. So I had that cracking, going crazy with it. I ain't go hard as what's his name? Omni with the Hellcat with it. But shout out to that brother. Like, but it was moving. Definitely moving. Both of them, the shoes and the fire sticks, going crazy. So from there, like Jordan and Nike, all of these types of big brands, eventually everything don't last forever, bro. You gotta get it while it's good. That's another thing entrepreneurship will teach you. You gotta get it while the getting is good. It's always up times and it's always slow times. But at the same time, all of that, with all that being said, you want to be able to cultivate a business that's quote unquote recession proof. And for the record, nothing is really recession proof. But you will have something that's sustainable to last through those times, like, you know what I'm saying? So whenever it's up times, you better be stacking that bread, man. You better be stacking them chips. Like, so yeah, man, learn business through the crash course of life. You know what I'm saying? Just like how I learned everything else. I wasn't no good student at all. Like, starting off when I was young, I was really active. But I got a mom and daddy that don't play, bruh. So especially my mom's, like, so it wasn't no cutting up in class or none of that. But like, yeah, bro, it's hard to just get me to sit there and focus on that stuff. But later on, like, and I'm a fast learner though, so it's like it worked out. It worked out. But to say the least, like I said in the school board business, I mean the school board closure video I did, man, I learned more from the school of life. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that just developed me into when the resale, when Nike and all of them started putting out more shoes, my shoes just was sitting up like, so it's like, man, what you gonna do? I'm never killing my business. I'm gonna give y'all a gem right here with this. Like, don't ever get too greedy, especially when you low on the totem pole and we just trying to start off. Like, don't ever get too greedy. Stay realistic. Like, that's why a lot of people don't get supported. A lot of people don't get supported because it's like they come in with a crazy price. So I don't even know if they buying it from a reseller or if they getting it direct and just being greedy. Like, and it's not even about that. It's about numbers and statistics. That's what people don't really realize. Like, it's not that a lot of the times it's not that people don't want to support you. It's like whenever they get your product or whatever it is that you do, whenever you get it, and it didn't feel like you didn't broke your pockets to buy something. And then it's like, you know what I'm saying? Later on down the road, they have a sale on whatever you bought. Uh, my mama was good for that. Waiting it out. I learned that from her. But yeah, if you wait it out, sometimes the price will drop because guess what? It's gonna be a shelf just full of whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? We live in abundance on this planet and on this world, in this world, man. Like, so it's like you gotta, whenever you dealing with these things, and you gotta understand life and spirituality, and all of this gotta go into what you doing. Like, all of it is a factor. And I'm not the coldest entrepreneur. Or, I just work. You feel me? But like I get it in because of my work ethic. I get it in, and understanding business. Like, you got to give people the fair price, and that's what I did with Black Sun Products. Like, so I know I didn't jump, but yeah, I got into real estate, and then from real estate, I real estate market is crazy. Real estate market is a beast. Like, you feel me? And some people are just greedy, man, to be honest, in this capitalistic society. But yeah, I went from real estate to, like, man, I got big into veganism and just like, taking care of your body, because like I said, I was an active person, bro. I was an athlete growing up, and like, yeah, we go hard, bro. We go hard. So I stayed, like, I always keep that athleticism going too, with everything what I just mentioned, like with the hustle, like, I don't mind getting my hands dirty and putting that work in, bro. So it's like, that's what people gotta realize. Like, whenever you set up a fair price, and when you set up a price that's fair for people, you feel me? They gonna come to rock with you and see what you working with. Now, if whatever it is that you providing to the people, if that's decent, like, you know what I'm saying? If your product is decent or the service you providing is decent, they definitely gonna come back. They definitely gonna come back, and that's what you want in business. That's what you want in business. You want people to constantly come back to you. Like, you know what I'm saying? And support you, show love to you. You treat people good, they gonna treat you good. You know what I'm saying? Reciprocation, like I was just talking about. You know what I'm saying? Reciprocate the energy. I ain't got no beefs with nobody, man. Like, so that's not even no thing for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I took the time to do the spiritual healing, got myself out the way. Now, if anybody feels some kind of way about me, about some stuff in the past, that's on them. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've been released that. If they got an issue with me, call me up. We could have a phone conversation. I'll pull up if we need to. You feel me? But at the same time, like, I done healed from all of that trauma. Like, I ain't trying to be up in no situation with nobody, man. So that's not none of my concerns. Like, whenever I'm moving, don't get it twisted though. Don't think it's not in the back of my mind and I don't have them instincts no more, because yeah, you feel me? But to say the least on that, man, like, I get love from everybody, bro. So don't get it twisted and think that, and I ain't gonna say love from everybody, because that's not true. But I get love from a lot of people. You feel me? A lot of people support what I do because they know the work I'm putting in. They know what type of work I'm putting in. They know it's not easy, but to me, it's not hard. I broke that mindset. Like, I'm not worried about the kind of work I gotta do, man. I'm about to just do it. What we gotta do? Like, even if I don't want to do it or if I don't like to do it, in my head, I'm like, man, look, let's get it done, bro. And I'm trying to do it right the first time so I ain't gotta go back. You heard me? That's how we rocking. So, man, y'all just stay consistent with whatever y'all doing, bro. Cause, like I said, see me, I got my head down working all the time. So I ain't realizing the people that I'm inspiring, the people I'm motivating, until my uncle bring it to my attention. Till he come out and say, hey, bro, like, yeah, man, like you inspire, you're inspiring a lot of people. So you got to get back out there and then give the people that inspiration. Like, you know what I'm saying? You done took long enough break. You don't have to overthink nothing, no, overwork yourself. But nonetheless, man, you got to get on it. Get them people that, man, because that's what the calling is. So, yeah, man, it's been a long journey, a real long journey. And of course, I got a lot more ground to cover. You know, like I said, man, I got a desire to have the finer things in life, and it's nothing wrong with having your piece of the pie. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, what you gonna do with it when you get it, though? You feel me? And what are you doing with the things that you do have? How do you appreciate that? How do you know what I'm saying? How you take care of what you have right now so that you can be able to take care of more. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, they want to be successful in business, but they just don't put forward the effort that it takes. You know what I'm saying? So mindset. Before you get on that train of wanting bruh. Featuring Tiana. I'm about to go put them back in their room, bruh. But yeah, man, that's all I wanted to say, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Just stick with it, man. If you really feel like that's your purpose, if you really feel like that's your purpose or whatever it is that you do, like, don't let nobody steer you away from that or try to talk you out of it. You know what I'm saying? Even a lot of the times it be from people that mean well. They really mean well by everything, you know what I'm saying? They rocking with you. And you know that because they gave you good advice. They gave you good advice before. So, with that being said, y'all stay up on it, man. Stick it out. Learn as much as you can about this. Learn as much as you can about whatever it is that you're doing. And if y'all need to holler at me, y'all got some questions, holla at me, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind sharing information with people, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you real. Especially if you real, you know what I'm saying? You genuine. And like let me say this too. Reciprocation is it's a big thing with me right now. So you gotta be a reciprocator, you know what I'm saying? The energy gotta flow good for me to you know to drop it on you like that. I know a while back I was just giving away all kinds of stuff. You feel me? I done made people millionaires before, and they done skirted off on me. So the connection gotta be real. You know what